Today it's Monday, January 13, 2025, and these are the cylinder heads from the MO77 after the first wash. Okay. Needs inspection, need to check the surface, valve sheets, guides, to see what I forget from the first wash, like any other time. With the last wash I'm gonna disappear everything. I remember also the bore for the fuel injectors and the threads for the spark plugs. I didn't miss that. Now let's go to my headache. That's my headache. Valves. Need to clean the valves, inspect the valves, lap the valves, wash the valves for final, wash the cylinder heads for final, and then start putting it together. Most probably gonna happen tomorrow, alright? Because I need at least one day. Okay, not that much to prepare the cylinder heads, but what's my headache? The valves. 32 valves. How lovely. Alright, I have also the covers over there. I have repaired the covers. It's done. Valve springs, retainers, everything's there inside. So that's what I'm doing now. And then when I finish, most probably I'm not gonna upload today the video because the valves I'm not gonna have any problem. I mean, 1 minute lapping the intake valves, the inlet valves, and the exhaust. Worst case scenario, 2 minutes. I'm gonna see how it's gonna look like. And like I said, most probably when I'm gonna put together the valves and I'm gonna be ready, that means tomorrow, I'm gonna upload the video tomorrow, yeah, because we're gonna be very short today. Regarding the valve guides, regarding the timing chain guides, they're not burnt, they don't have a wear. It can last at least 200,000 kilometers. And how I can see that? The first guides that they're burning are the guides that they have the cylinder head cover here up. I'm talking about the guides that are coming here and here. Usually, if it's burnt, when you're squeezing it to unlock it, to take it out, they're breaking the ears. It didn't happen in this case. So it's not burnt, the guides. I didn't show anything to indicate that they're burnt to begin with. That's why I'm reusing it again. And like I said, as soon as the timing tools, they lock nicely, and the engine was on timing, I don't have a reason to change the guides or the timing chain. Alright? There is nothing wrong from this point of view. So anything else? No. Stop talking. Let's grab the valves. That's it. By lapping the valves. Ready, prepared, lapped, nice. It's remaining the final wash, one final checkup, and then when I'm gonna put together, I'm gonna make a leak test to make sure that it's not leaking. They're looking good. Tomorrow the rest, not today. What I was saying, tomorrow the rest, Yeah, never mind. I mount the valves, I make also a leak test. I have this special adapter that I'm making vacuum, and 1 second, I'll show you. Now I'm pushing to come out. Alright. Please don't scratch the head. So what I have make on the lathe. I have it, I don't know how long I have this. There is this adapter that this o-ring comes from this side, and then you remove it from here and you put it also from that side to check the exhaust. I have already checked the exhaust, and I'm changing also the fitting. I'm taking the fitting from here and putting it from this side to check from both sides. One for the intake, one for the exhaust. Alright. Excellent. The Vaseline, what you see, it's to help me out with the o-ring. Alright. Beautiful. Now it's the end. Tomorrow the rest. Tomorrow I'm gonna mount both cylinder heads. Let me take care with the tools. I have the cylinder head bolts here, the head gaskets here. Tomorrow I'm gonna mount them on, uncovering the engine and moving on. That's it for now. Have a good night. For you, it's gonna be in 1 second. In 1 second, you're gonna see next day and mounting the cylinder heads. Today it's Tuesday. Is it? Yes, it's Tuesday. January 14, 2025. Alright, yeah. And before I close completely the engine, let's turn on the video, the camera, to see where am I. I have torqued down both cylinder heads. Alright, bank 1. Bank 2, in place. Everything's being torqued down. Three times 90 degrees. Alright. Then I have hydraulic lifters here. I have the bridge that comes here. Classic. This is married to the cylinder head. 19888 left. And you have to go to double check the number here back. 19888 left and right. Alright. Camshafts. What's missing? Here you see what's missing? Timing tools. Timing tools. The bracket that comes here and so on. And assembly grease. Yeah, and some sealant, because I need to apply some sealant here. Fine, like before. Let's move on. Yeah. Okay, let's see where am I now. I put the exhaust manifold, I secured down, I put the heat shields here, I put also the spark plugs in place, all of those back in place. Then I put the timing chain, I put the water pump, I put this and the guides, the cover and the guides, and I have torqued down the cam adjusters from both sides. Why I tied so much? Don't ask me. No need to tie that much. Tasos. Alright, fine, fair enough. Now, removing the timing tools, I put also these holders down, and from the other side it's been torqued down. I have put assembly grease for the first start. I put also the gaskets here, both sides. Nice. Alright, let's remove the timing tools and continue closing the engine. And obviously, no need this anymore. Let's storage the tools. Timing tools away. Okay. Nice. Now it's the time for the covers. One small thing. This is the only two guides that I'm changing, and why I'm changing them. It's only one reason, because I can see here there is like a flake that comes out on the surface. It's a small thing. And second thing, what I'm afraid with these guides that comes to the cover here, I'm afraid don't break. Even if it breaks, it's not gonna go anywhere, because there is no way to come out from here as soon as the timing chain is pushing against the cover. But the plastic piece is gonna fall into the engine. Now, these guides, they're not burnt. That means when I squeeze it once to take it out, they didn't broke these ears here. And even if I push it more, you can see that I'm squeezing it hard. All right, you see that's not burnt. Usually, like I've said before, the same thing like the 157, these ears, it's very easy to break when it's burnt. All right. Now, there is not crazy wear on the guides, looks nice. Now, why it's different color? Don't ask me, ask Mercedes. All right. What can I tell you from my side? I can tell you this, that if you check the part number here on these two, and if you check the part number on these two, it's exactly the same. Maybe it's updated one, probably, because you can see Alpha 177052 4100 JWJ, all right, and you see the same thing here, 052 4100. Okay, exactly the same part number, exactly the same letters. All right, so I'm gonna use this just for peace of mind, because like I said, it's not about the guide as a guide, it will gonna survive. I hate this thing. You're gonna tell me it's not stepping on it, the timing chain. Yeah, all right, but what I'm afraid to don't break any of these ears and enter inside of the engine. So that's why I'm gonna use this. You see that it doesn't go anywhere. Even if you remove the ear and you have the timing chain, there is nowhere to go. Right? Let's put also the other side. Then assembly grease. There you go. We're looking good. We are looking good. Yep. There's no left and right. It's the same part number. fine this back to the owner. Let me prepare also the covers, then start closing. Cleaning with a brake cleaner, apply assembly grease, and then torque it down. Cylinder head covers both back in place. I put the front covers for the actuators, solenoids working beautiful, just in case, it's a good thing. The vacuum pump back in place, one cap here, another two caps over here, and then I have the cylinder cancellation, the actuators, the thermostat with the water pump housing, the cam actuators with the new seals. This is brand new, this I have changed the seals, the composite sensors with new seals, the thermostat, temperature sensor with a new o-ring. This bracket, it comes here. Now I have torqued down both of the tensioners so I can hide it. I have this, I still have that outside. Yeah, keep it there. Nice. Okay, lovely. The followers for the high pressure pumps need to put some oil and some assembly grease and then put them in place. We're looking good. Continue. That's what I'm doing now. Actually, I'm dressing the engine. Break for a cigarette. Alright, I'll finish on this side. Fuel injectors, the cylinder cancellation, the fuel pressure sensor here, the high pressure pump, ignition coils, the boost solenoid here. This is for the intake temperature from down here. It's not now the time. The bracket. Why? Why that? Because of, okay, yeah, because the bolts, these two are loose, because it's coming the check valve here for the brake booster, yeah, okay. I have to remove again this bracket from this side. Why? Because this wiring is passing from this side down and comes here. Yeah, I wasn't remember that. It's not too late, right? Turbos, heat seals, all back in place. Oil separators back again in place. The small extension here for the coolant temperature sensor and the element for the thermostat with a new thermostat there. I put also one tensioner down over there. For now it's okay. Continue putting it together. 5 minutes, literally. One smoke and then continue. And that's it for today. Everything back in place. Tomorrow morning it'll gonna be the 4th time I'm gonna check it tomorrow morning, just in case, to see that everything is fine, that I have plugged all the plugs and I didn't miss something. I didn't spot any problem. It's straightforward actually. Alright. Fine, yes, it's been torqued down. Also the bracket here, the ECU from this side. Okay, alright. I'm gonna say that also the guys. Here I didn't connect this pipe to the reservoir. Why? Because I don't have the safe. The steel piece like this, and like this. I don't have it, that's why I didn't plug it in. We're gonna find one outside and we're gonna put it. There's no problem at all. Fine. And like any other time, you know, I was thinking that, come on, it's a new engine, nobody touched it, right? Yeah, I had to change one bolt. There was this bolt, that is not Mercedes bolt, alright? And I changed it. And then these two pins, I was scratching my head. It took me almost a minute to remember from where are these two pins. This is my head. There are two pins for the upper case here, between this case and the engine block. There are two pins between this and this, and one pin between this and this, or like this. There is two and one. Yes, two and one. 5. Another 2 pins for the crankshaft rear seal, but not for this part number, because this part number crankshaft rear seal has this thing here, another one here, so you don't have to use it. Alright, we make it now the engine more light. And these are the new bolts. The old bolts are outside with the seal. With the old parts, goes back to the customer. This goes back also to the customer, to the owner. All right. Now, like I said, tomorrow, one final checkup once again, just to be sure. I'm gonna find also one metallic piece here to secure it, same like we have outside plenty. It's not a big deal. Installing tomorrow the rear seal. We're gonna take it out of from the engine stand. And the next video is gonna be the first start. Yes, that's what it's gonna be. Next video, first start. Insulation, foam, all this I have installed. I have blocked also the fuel line here to don't contaminate by any means. Everything's been plugged in. Also for the charcoal canister here. The new cap in place. Yep. Just see, I cannot show you the fuel injectors that I have plugged in because I put the insulation foam and it's tricky to show you there. I cannot show you also the cylinder cancellation that I have plugged in, all four, also the other four from the other side. For the quantity control valve for the high pressure pump, I can show you this, it's not a big deal. Then there is a bracket for the ECU, has 3 bolts, and another 3 bolts on the long one I'm talking about, on the cover. There is the boost solenoid here, there are the coolant lines for the ECU here that's being routed properly, how it's supposed to be, through the clips and all these things. Everything's been connected, alright? The actuators, the other end's down over there, the actuator for the cam adjuster. One difference, this QR code, it's on the right, and on this one it's also on the right. It doesn't matter where you're gonna put it, it's the same part number. Just for me, I would gonna like to be symmetrical, that's why I put it like that, to be visible. If I put it down, you're not gonna be able to see it. Fine, fine, fine. The same thing also from this side. Intake air temperature sensor, map sensor, then there is another map sensor here, there is one before and one after. I have already torqued down the clamps for the hoses. Same thing also from here. Alright, same thing here. Alright, and same thing here and here. The oil pressure or the oil feed, the coolant lines, all these things, I have changed the O-rings, I have stainless steel pipes, the pipes are okay, it's fine, nothing wrong with that. The turbos, I didn't touch the turbos, just only I wipe it carefully, don't feel anything inside. A little bit of oil inside like another time, a little bit Vaseline here to go down inside the ECU. The ECU, I didn't do nothing on the ECU. Belts, pulleys, and all these things are new. Don't have any headache. I have the block over there for the oil cooler. We're gonna take it out later, not now, not today, tomorrow. Like I said, today it's time to leave, to go home. That's what it is. All right, good thing. One less engine inside the engine room. This is always welcome. And they brought me also the small spacer, the plastic piece for the A8. So most probably tomorrow I'm gonna finish the A8 as well. Lovely. 2 engines out of the engine. Amazing. Beautiful. That's it. Over and out. Thank you.